The guy on the phone sounded a little overly excited to get a deal done quickly. I could tell he was nervous.
It was a good call. And I'm not saying your instincts aren't right on. But what happens next time if you're wrong? I mean, EOQ closes multi-million-dollar deals all the time. And it's pretty clear that Edward wants to believe you're some kind of business genius. You sure you want all that pressure?
I don't think there's a problem with Edward taking Michael's advice.
Maxie, please, we're right in the middle. I didn't mean to sound like I'm against Michael weighing in on company decisions. I was just trying to warn him that after what happened today, Edward will definitely want him to take on more responsibility.
Well, I feel confident that Michael will handle anything that Edward throws his way. Trial by fire is sometimes the quickest way to learn, right?
Good point. Just be ready. If you're okay being Edward's new star, things are gonna get pretty intense, pretty fast. I'll see you guys in a few.
Okay.
Didn't you warn me not to go giving Edward advice, considering I know nothing about business?
There you are, Asher. So what have you done today to inspire my confidence? Made me pots of money?
Trying. The good news is we closed the Asgard Securities deal for a lot less than anticipated.
Excellent. Good work. That was the good news. Now what's the bad news?
Well, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but the truth is, Edward's giving Michael all the credit.
Michael. Michael? Michael? That's ridiculous. Oh, well, would you look at that? Isn't that sweet? You get a nice big office so you can close the door and play footsie with your little stripper. What a fabulous summer job.
Supposed to be my office. The door's closed and you didn't knock.
And that makes it okay for you to have a nooner with a hired help on company time.
I am so sorry, Mrs. Quartermain. It was my fault, and I promise
No,
it will not
Abby, it's fine.
happen again.
Look, if I want to kiss my girlfriend in my office, that's my business, not yours. You need to respect my privacy.
Really?
Really, get out of my office.
Michael and I were in a relationship before we got this job.
Well, our standard of conduct here at ELQ is a little higher than the last place you worked, so I would appreciate it if you would focus on answering phones, fetching lattes, and not grinding your coworkers.
You need to start showing Abby some respect, you're going to get sued.
Why am I not surprised to find you in the middle of this hubbub?
I was just checking in to see how Michael's doing.
Mm-hmm. So what's the problem?
Well, apparently his biggest accomplishment today was to get to first base with his girlfriend.
Well, that's a lie. She's trying to make it sound a lot worse than it actually was.
It was my fault. I gave Michael a quick little kiss. It was nothing more than that, but I realize it is inappropriate for the workplace. And I'm sorry. I promise it will never happen again.
Nonsense. I own this company, and I personally see nothing wrong with exchanging a little affection in the workplace. It's good for morale.
Oh, give it a rest. If it was anybody else, they'd be out the door, and you know it. And you also know that Michael and his girlfriend have no business being here.
That's quite enough, Tracy. The reason we were able to close the Asgard Securities deal was because of Michael, for a song. He has inherited my business instinct, and I want to capitalize on that. I think we have a young genius on our hands.
Fine. Did you just call this 19-year-old delinquent a genius?
I would be happy to show you the numbers on the Asgard deal. You should see what we got it for thanks to Michael's instinct.
Asher did most of the work on that deal. If you're looking for a rising star, I already found you one.
Asher is a perfectly capable, intelligent young man, but he is no Quartermain.
Michael is an ex-felon whose only ambition up to this point was to be a mobster. He knows nothing about ELQ or any legitimate business for that matter. And you giving him a position of responsibility at ELQ makes you look like a doddering old fool and ELQ a joke.
Pay no attention to her, Michael. She is jealous because she knows that you are the new breed of Quartermain. And she's just nervous about performing like you did for us today.
I think Michael will be the first to admit that he still has a lot to learn. And that this is a summer internship, but if we all work together...
Did anybody ask your opinion? Why don't you sharpen a pencil or something?
Damn it, Tracy. Could you show some restraint? I'm sorry, my dear.
It's okay. I will give you guys some privacy.
No, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not going to let anyone treat Abby like that. I don't care who Tracy thinks she is.
Michael, I am completely on your side. Tracy, you will owe this girl an apology, and I expect one before the end of the day. No excuses.
Give it a rest. She's a big girl. What is she, 35? And considering where she worked before, she's probably heard worse.
That's enough. You will get this done, and you will make things right. I will not allow you to drive away my last best Quartermain heir.
Come in.
Is that better? I knocked and everything.
What do you really want, Tracy? I'm not in the mood. And by the way, if you ever talk to Abby like that again...
You're gonna go running to my daddy and tattle on me. I know. Kudos to you, kid. You already realized that you can wrap my poor, lonely father around your finger anytime you want.
I had no idea you actually cared about Edward. Last I recall, you said he was a doddering old fool.
My father is a master manipulator, one of the best. But he is facing the end of his life, and he's looking for a replacement. He thinks he's found it in you. But you and I both know you're in way over your head. You have no idea what you're doing and no real interest in ELQ.
You don't know that.
Quit, Michael. Before you do any real damage to the company my father spent a lifetime building. And before he convinces himself that you're really staying.
Michael?
Your golden boy is gone for the day, Daddy.
You know, Tracy, I've always known that you were a poisonous snake. But that was a truly disgraceful display earlier, even for you.
Not to change the subject, Anthony Zakara accosted me earlier today.
Zakara? That fiend that was on the loose when poor Emily was killed?
That's the one.
What on earth would he want with you?
He wanted to invest in ELQ.
Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I hope you told him he could go rot in hell.
I did.
Well, why would a murdering thug like Zakara come to you with such a preposterous idea? He must be off his medication.
Daddy, you let Michael in. It sends a message. We tolerate crime families here.
Give it a rest, Tracy. Michael is a Quartermain.
Michael was a Quartermain raised by a Corinthos. Daddy, you know, I think we ought to put a big neon sign in front of ELQ. Thugs Incorporated. It's a slippery slope, I'm just saying. What do you want?
The receptionist said that this was Michael's office.
He's not here.
What are you, looking for something?
Yes, I'm looking for some paperwork that he neglected
You're
to turn in.
snooping, Tracy.
Monica, I wanted to get it from him, but he
You're
left early.
snooping. I can tell. I've known you too long. You are looking for something, and if you don't find it, you'll plant it.
Gee, Monica, weren't you supposed to be at a medical convention or something?
Oh, I have been to all of them, thank you very much. No, I'm here to see how Michael likes working at ELQ.
Any excuse to see Michael, even though Michael doesn't want to see you.
And when, may I ask, have you talked to Ned? Or Dylan? Or, Luke?
Luke suffered an unspeakable tragedy. His response was to leave town. There's nothing I can do about that.
Well, you could stop being so bitter around the family that is forced to live under the same roof with you. You really have become unbearable, Tracy.
Monica, you showed up at my place of business.
I have every right to be here. Michael is my grandson.
Who doesn't want to see you any more than Jason wanted to see you? Why can't you accept that fact and stop begging for crumbs?
Because Michael is my only grandson.
The only one left alive.
What the hell does that mean?
Nothing. Say all you want. I have work to do.
What do you mean? The only
I'm
one
sorry. I
left
didn't
alive?
mean anything.
Tracy, what the hell are you talking about?
Jake wasn't Lucky's son. He was Jason's.
How long have you known?
Luke told me the night of the accident.
So Luke was the driver that killed my grandson.
I'm so sorry.
God, I can see it so clearly. I can see Elizabeth with Jake, that little kid with the blonde hair. And he got older, and I would watch him. He'd tag after his brother, just like Jason used to do with AJ. Why didn't I see it? Why didn't I say something?
Elizabeth and Lucky and Jason agreed to keep Jake's paternity a secret to protect him from Jason's enemies.
To protect him from his grandmother? And why did tell Luke instead of me?
Lucky chose to deal with it differently.
Yeah, yes. Well, he chose to tell his family.
Monica, I don't know why Jason does what he does. I don't understand him on any level.
There was a time I really thought it was Jason's son. It was at that trial when Elizabeth was pregnant and it came out that they had slept together. But then the test came back and it said that the child was Lucky's.
Well, sometimes mothers are compelled to lie about their child's paternity.
Yeah, well, I certainly can't say anything about that after what I put Alan through.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh, God. I'm the wrong person to have told you this.
Well, you told me, and for that I'm grateful.
Monica, it was a terrible accident. The devastation just doesn't stop. Luke's gone. I don't know if he's dead or alive. No, you don't care about that.
I don't really care about much of anything at the moment. It was past winter in the hospital parking lot. I was watching Elizabeth. She's putting kids into the car, and I noticed that Jake was the one he didn't have a hat on, and then I looked. I saw on the ground that was a hat. I was going to go and I was going to pick it up, but it was so cold. So I just thought, oh well, I'll point to it when I drive by. But Elizabeth saw it, and she went over and she got it. I think if I picked that hat up, then I would have gone over, and I would have given it to my grandson. Maybe I would have even put it on his